The title for the podcast today is Passive Income, money that you earn even when you sleep. One of the things that as person who has been employed, personally I've been employed for long, that I find a challenge from day to day is being able to attend all family gatherings because of your commitment on the other side. So when you have various ventures that are giving you passive income, you can now create time and move away from your day-to-day activities. You can give your children a head start through creating passive income. Life can change at any time, and what you thought was the norm can be moved away. In that regard, how stable will you be? And that lesson having stuck in my head is what caused me to ask, how can I ensure that I'm securing my income and the incomes of the people that will come after me? So how to get started on passive income is very easy. You ask yourself, what are your interests? Do I have the skills? You join it with a financial goal. You say, this one, I'm starting it, and eventually I want it to fit in my financial goal in this way. From there, you just start. And I'm very, I have been known to tell people, you just need to start. Attaining passive income, attaining meaningful passive income will take time. It will take dedication. It will take persistence. It will take failing and failing fast, so that now you pick yourself again and do it again and again and again. What is passive income? Have you heard or interacted or even been in a training or a discussion where passive income was discussed? If this is a new term to you, passive income means that income or the earnings you get by not being very involved in an activity, or rather being involved in an activity at the beginning and then slowly fading away and your presence is not required. So that money that you acquire by not being very actively involved in the activity is what we call passive income. In other words, I feel like I have used too many words. Passive income is money that you earn even when you sleep. I think that is the easiest. So how do we earn money when you're sleeping? Before I even dive into the depth of it, one of the key ways to build wealth is by finding ways to generate passive income. Reason being, the work you do on a day-to-day basis is very involving your 9 to 5, and it probably goes a long way to pay your bills, just to cater for your day-to-day running. And a part of it, a percentage of it, is supposed to be kept aside or invested in ventures that will generate for you income even without your presence. So that is why it's very important to learn about passive income, to get to understand what is passive income, because passive income ideally is what is going to make you wealthy. So that said, how do we get ourselves into creating passive income? How it works, at the beginning of the venture, you're very involved. Setting up, and you have to ensure that the setup is so good that even when your presence is not there, the money will still continue being generated. So at the beginning of the generation or the setting up of what is going to be creating for you the passive income, a lot of research is involved, a lot of, a bit of capital will be involved. Your time may be involved as well. But some of the things we're going to discuss today, you will realize are activities or ventures that you can do or start when you're still working. So why is passive income very important? Number one, passive income will give you financial security. You will start to relax and know that even if your job is taken away, even if your daily income is taken away, you will still have your life going on. You will still be able to maintain a balance because you will be having passive income. Number 2, it gives you flexibility. It allows you to travel for maybe studies. It allows you to go for holidays. It allows you to even be present for your family and friends during functions. One of the things that as person who has been employed, personally I've been employed for long, that I find a challenge from day to day is being able to attend all family gatherings because of your commitment on the other side. So when you have various ventures that are giving you passive income, you can now create time and move away from your day-to-day activities and be there even more for your family. Number 3, importance of passive income. It's the most intense way that your wealth is going to be generated. Because think about it. Once passive income generating ventures become so good or so ripe or so established, even when you're sleeping, even when you're not there, even when you're abroad or away, or you've taken a sabbatical, your money is still being generated. That's how important. That's number 3, importance of passive income. And number 4, it can go to become generational wealth for your family. You can give your family a head start. You can give your children a head start through creating passive income. Actually, ensuring that you have passive income ventures will not only help you, but it will also help your generations. You will give them a head start. If it's education, you can be able to afford them better education than you got yourself. You will also be able probably to get them better medical care. You will just always be able to afford them a higher level of what you're giving them right now. So even them, your kids or the people who are coming after you, when they have a head start, when they have a foundation which you will have created through passive income, they'll continue with the same thing. And that's how we normally now come to find some families continue to be wealthy and more wealthy and more wealthy. It is because somebody somewhere decided to break the norm and just do something extraordinary and create an avenue for people to continue with the same tempo or even do better. And the other point on the importance of passive income, it gives you financial freedom. Financial freedom is the ultimate goal because it's a higher level now of being stable. You first become stable according to the Maslow hierarchy of needs. You first be able to meet your bills. That's why you do your day-to-day job, the 9 to 5. Then from there you ask yourself, how do I be able now to go to the next level of having a better lifestyle? Those are things we call now aspiration. Then from there you're like, I am living a good life. How do I secure my family? Then you move to security now. Now you're securing your family that they may never go back to poverty. And then the other level is self-actualization and then the legacy. So when you reach the legacy position, we can say now you're financially free. When you're financially free, you don't have to work. So passive income is the roadway to giving you financial freedom. So having laid the foundation, I want to ask you a question. Now, how do you get started on passive income? I'm glad you asked. I was just building up all these things that I have said to get here because we're living in times that are tough all over the world. We are living in what we would call extraordinarily high cost of living times, where everything has become very expensive. Not only has it become expensive, it has also been rising by the day. And I remember about 3 years ago, at the onset of COVID, a lot of things began to change for me now on a personal level, where I got exposed to a lot of information a lot of podcasts, a lot of clips, because we were working from home, and all that information, when I continued listening, it drove me to one thing, that all over the world, we are all humans. And there is no special human and unspecial human. All of us were placed on the same pedestal or platform where we couldn't move and we couldn't do anything other than just study, listen to podcasts, study books, and hope for the best. So during that time of hoping for the best is when I realized that life can change at any time. And what you thought was the norm can be moved away. In that regard, how stable will you be? And that lesson having stuck in my head is what caused me to ask, how can I ensure that I'm securing my income and the incomes of the people that will come after me? So how to get started on passive income is very easy. You ask yourself, what are your interests? What is it that you do very easily without even being pushed? Like on your normal day or normal time when you're relaxed, it's the one thing that you keep thinking, I want to do this. It could be music, it could be videography, it could be cooking, it could be even drama or skits, or writing plays. There is something that all of us as humans, every human, I began by saying every human is special. No one is special. We are all special. We are all the same. We are all loaded. We all came loaded. So the question you need to ask yourself is, what is that I love to do? And additionally, I do it very easily. Once you ask yourself that and you find one thing, because when it comes to setting up your passive income ventures, you don't want to do too many things at the same time. Because at the beginning I said, when you're setting up your passive income streams, it will involve a lot of your presence at the beginning. It will need you to set it up in a very stable way. You will need to put in systems. You will need to automate probably. You need to take advantage of the technology world and put in place systems that will work even without your control. So that said, the second thing you do after you determine that one thing you want to do that can become your second or third passive income generator is, do I need to do research? Do I need to go back to school? Do I have the skills? Because that thing you're thinking about, so many other people could be thinking about it. So what will cut you apart? What will make people come to you and not to the other people? So that said, you have to ask yourself, if I begin, let's say, for example, making these cakes or preparing lunches for working people or school children, will I be the best of the best? And if that is not the case, how do I then become the best? Do I need to do a course? Then after you derive, if you have the right skills, then you set it with a financial goal. You join it with a financial goal. You say, this one, I'm starting it, and eventually I want it to fit in my financial goal in this way. And I know when we say a financial goal, it looks like a very broad word. Your financial goals are just, what are you building? When you're working, when you're doing business, when you're all these activities that you're involved in, what are you building? So when you look at that venture that we're talking about, which part of building is going to be done by that? And then from there you just start. And I'm very, very, I have been known to tell people, you just need to start. You don't need to be actually like the best. Once you acquire like basic skills that can get you out of the ground then you start. All right? And remember, attaining passive income, attaining meaningful passive income will take time. It will take dedication. It will take persistence. It will take failing and failing fast, so that now you pick yourself again and do it again and again and again. And the consistency, the persistency, the continuity of it is what will eventually bring you fruits. I was interacting with somebody who told me they have been in a venture since the year 2007. That is about 16 years. Actually, the venture is this YouTube podcasting. And it's until now that venture is bringing meaningful income. The fact that it took a long time doesn't mean that it was a waste. Inside that time, inside that process, there were lessons. There were people she offered jobs. There was mistakes. There was, the whole thing changed her. So when you're doing these ventures, remember, even it's not about the money sometimes. Money is what we will have at the end. I mean, the wealth. But in the process, this venture is going to change you. All right, and I'm avoiding to go ahead of myself. I'll mention something about what I'm doing in the course of this video if I have time. But I want us now to go straight into what are some of the passive income ideas that you can start, that I'm doing and people around me are doing, and it's working and it's giving them money. All right. So the very first one and the easiest one is earning dividends from either a SACCO or the stock exchange. So there are two ways of earning dividends. Now, dividends is what companies pay for you investing in them. At the end of the year, they declare dividends. So that is what comes to shareholders. That is people like you now who will buy into the company. So the stock market is broad, and you need to do your research and see which company am I going to invest in. If this is a route you would want to go, and I would really advocate for, because it requires very little time. You just need to do a bit of research. The company needs to be very stable. You need to understand their goals. You need to understand what are their profits for the last, maybe a couple of years, like 5. What level of dividends do they offer? For what amount? What is the price of their shares? And definitely find out if they pay dividends. Not all companies pay dividends. So in the stock market, you'll find various companies. Some of them do. So do your research and find one company or two, and then invest in them, so that every end of year, when they declare their dividends, you're part of the people who are being paid. The second way of earning dividends is joining a SACCO. SACCO society. There are various SACCOs where you come from in every country. If you're here in Kenya, I'm going to do another video of the best SACCOs that we have in Kenya. So look out for that. But when you join a SACCO, even if you're not actively doing anything, at the end of the year, there will be dividends that will be declared and you'll be a partaker. So that's the first one. The second venture, passive income venture that you can join is this, what I'm doing right now. You can start a YouTube channel and begin to podcast. And I want to say that I'm being very, very, very candid, honest, and transparent to say that this is a venture that is going to transform your life. I have been doing it for 1 year now. Just got monetized two months ago or 3. So not earning so much from it, but the level of interactions I've gotten from people, the level of education I have gotten, the knowing myself even better, the commitment, just the whole dynamic of setting it up has really transformed me. And I know it's a very good venture. It may not pay me right now. At the beginning, of course, I said passive income should not get you very involved. But I know even if I'm very involved right now, in the future, the content I'm making, people will still watch 20 years to come, 30 years to come. And it's something that will benefit myself and people that will come after me. So if there's something you're very knowledgeable about, I can give a lot of examples of things that probably disturb my life, things to do with technologies, things to do with electronics, things to do. You can just be somebody who understands something better than everybody else. Get on there, make this information available in form of a podcast, and you will not regret. And then the beauty about it, at the beginning, it will involve you because you have to do a lot of research, you have to do a lot of, recording, editing, all that goes in. But eventually, all these things you're doing right now, they're not going to be deleted. They will be there years and years to come, and somebody will watch. Just like the way we go and you find a video that was done like 10 years ago, 7 years ago, but it's still very relevant. So I encourage you. The third passive income idea I want to give us today is affiliate marketing. This is something I just started the other day, but it's very rewarding. Affiliate marketing is where you sell products from a website or a company by giving people links that they can click, and when they click, that commission comes to you. I'll just give you 2 examples of companies that have interacted with that is Amazon, Shopify, anything you're consuming right now. The lifestyle products that we normally use, anything that you're using that is working for you. And it's important for you to give people something that you know very well is going to work. If you're buying it and it's helping you, create a shop or join a shop that is already there. Do your research. These things, they're available. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok who are educating us on affiliate marketing. And nowadays when I see something and it, gives me a light bulb moment, I follow through and I learn about it and I see if it's something I can do. The good thing about affiliate marketing, you don't even have to be the one doing the hardest work. All you do is advertise. All you do is place links. So definitely you need a page, you need maybe a website, you need all those things so that you can be able to put these links in places people can find them. Now that I have a channel, a YouTube channel, I can do that on my channel. I can do that on my website. So the groundwork needs to start happening so that you can, find these people. But I think affiliate marketing is like the easiest passive income idea I can think of right now. And it can be done by anyone. Everybody can do that as long as you're consuming a product and you know that it is good. And I can come back with numbers and statistics of the lots and lots of money people are making. But then again, I would like to leave that to you because not all these products that are being sold will probably be good for you. All right? Number 4, idea of passive income. Now this is my favorite. I know I'm saying everything is my favorite, but this one is like the ultimate low-key, low profile, low energy, just it doesn't require much. Portfolio investing, portfolio income, portfolio interest if you want. What's a portfolio? A portfolio is money or wealth that you invest either in the mutual funds or in the bonds or in any other instrument whereby you're not the one investing, you're not the one finding the market, you're just investing for a promise of a return. Now this return, it generates it compounds every month. For instance, let me give one example of a portfolio income strategy. So if you buy a bond, a government bond, if you invest in the government bond, and right now it's very easy to invest in those. You can even do that, digitally online. There are many platforms you can do that. If you invest, this bond will pay you maybe a coupon interest every 6 months or every year, and then at maturity you'll get your money back. The next example is you can invest in mutual funds, that is money market, fixed income fund, and that interest is coming to you every month and it's compounding also on a monthly basis. Another example is you can invest in treasury bills, also commercial papers. Those are just ways you can build your portfolio. The reason why it's called a portfolio is because it's an investment for very many instruments under one investment. So the easiest way to start investing in a portfolio is the mutual funds. You can either choose the money market fund if you want to be accessing the funds from time to time, and you can go for the fixed income fund, which is the bond fund that you can fix your money for 1 year. For more information, I have a video I did at the onset on money market funds and also fixed income fund. I can place a link and then you can interact with it. But this is something that everybody who is earning an income should invest. There are so many people with bank accounts, but there are very few people with investment accounts. Anybody with a bank account should have an investment account, and that is what I call portfolio income. Number 5, this one is you're conversant with it. Everybody is conversant with this one. Real estate. Real estate is very long term, but really rewarding. All you require to do is do your research. Are you going to invest in property, or are you going to invest in rental income? When I say property, I mean land. Also rental income, of course, you need the property, but land is lesser involving than property, because in land you just need to buy the piece of land, sit and wait for it to appreciate, and even as you sleep, that property is appreciating. You need to know where you're buying, not just buying anywhere. You do your research and you see how land appreciates in that area. If you decide you're going the rental income way, you can either buy an apartment or build an apartment yourself or a house, and that will give you passive income. Now, the rental part of passive income is not so passive because it might involve you again on managing the property. So if you go this way, I would advise you have people who are managing the property for you, so that you are not the one doing the running around, the repairs, all those things, and following on the rental income yourself. But it's a very lucrative passive income way or strategy. Now, why I feel like real estate is everybody's conversant with it. The people who have gone before us, let me talk about my parents. They heavily invested in the rental, in the real estate world. At that particular time, land was appreciating faster than right now. So right now, it may take a while for you to do that research and find the right piece of property. But before it was, but even now, if you have ability to raise capital, because the rental passive income way is capital intensive, because you will need to put in some capital at the beginning, it's still a lucrative way, because in the end, you will be earning in 2 ways if you go the rental way, the rental income and also the properties appreciating, right? Good. Number six is royalties. Royalties is when you create something that is yours and then people pay you because they're using it. So there is royalties for music. If you're a musician or if you have the ability to write music, that music, when you place it on various platforms that are available, eventually it will pay you royalties. If someone wants to redo that music, it's still yours, they can pay you royalties. You can begin to write music that is yours, but you're not the one producing, it will pay you royalties because it's yours. The other way of earning royalties is you can create masterclasses in that thing that you're very good at. Currently, nothing that is happening in this world cannot be created for an online class for people to study, be it health and workouts, be it music, be it finance, be it anything you can think of. Create a class, a master class, even SATs. for younger people to be able to study better exams, and those will be under your name forever and ever, and you will be receiving royalties. So I believe up to this point I know you can find something. We are at number 6. I'm sure you can already see something that you're able to pick up and say, this one I can start today at a stroke of a pen. So music, books, Excel budgets, templates, master classes, lessons, SATs, all those are ideas of programs you can start, sell them, or you retain them where people buy and then pay you royalties. All right. And then the seven strategy or passive income idea is investing in new companies or SMEs or small companies. So we are the not so young generation, but still younger generation, and we have a lot of ideas. But all these ideas, we are not going to be able to execute them by ourselves. Some people are going to be able to start the companies and go on to make successful businesses. Some people are also not going to be able to do that, but you can invest in that small business, and then you can agree on an IRR, that's an internal rate of return, that they can be paying you at the end of the year. This is very similar to the dividend, the first point I started with, but this is a bit different because you internally decide how much return or agree with the company. Let's say they need 1 million Kenya shillings injected, and you have the 1 million Kenya shillings. You can agree on a rate of return of maybe 20% per annum, and that's what you're gonna be getting for the long haul. So this company, you will not be involved in the running of it or the forming of it or all those things, but you will be receiving your return or your interest on an annual or quarterly or periodic basis according to what you agree. All right. So number 9, for people who have big homes, you can rent out part of your home for people who are traveling to stay there, and then they pay you money. And I know some of us are very private, and sometimes you can feel like it's intrusion. But the times we're living in, I began by saying they are tough. We need to make income by all means necessary. So if, let's say, you have a mansion of 7 bedrooms, your children or the people you lived with are no longer there, so you're not using all that space, or even a 3-bedroom and you live in only 1 room. You don't have to have roommates per se, but you can have people when they are coming to this country or your country and they have nowhere to live. You can convert 1 room and then be charging rent. You can also host guests, parties, barbecues, and then you charge people to organize that for them. That's a lucrative passive income way, because your house is already there. Why I'm saying it's passive income is because the house is already there. It's already furnished. It's already maintained. You already probably have someone who works there to maintain it. So all you need is to advertise, and then you'll get a guest, and then the guest will pay you a premium. Now, the last passive income idea, is what I do. Become a financial advisor or become an independent consultant in whatever field that you are in. Because you have a day job, which is 9 to 5. That particular thing that you do, you can do it on a consultancy basis, and it will pay you some income. Now, all these things I've talked about in regards to creating money, they sound very hard, but they also sound very easy. But the truth of it is you just need to organize yourself, manage your time. There's a lot of time we waste. We waste so much time, in the mundane tasks, the running around, the all that. But if you centered on the few things that are moving the pin for you, you will realize that you probably have maybe like 4 hours extra, or even 6 hours extra every weekend that can go a long way into building your passive income venture. So a call to action. And in summary, I have given you 10 passive income ideas. And there are many, by the way. There are not only 10. There are so many passive income ideas. I didn't even mention you can Uber your car. You can be carpooling and people will pay you fare. You can even use lower methods of ferrying people by carrying people when you're going to work. There are many ideas. What we need to do is to push ourselves to that place of asking the 24 hours that God has given us, the 24 hours that happen every day. Around those 24 hours, how many of those am I productive? And the balance, what am I usually doing? Then you will be able to convert those hours into money if you think about a venture that you can do easily, better than others, and it requires no much, capital in terms of where you are right now is something that you can afford to set up. All right? So, I will not leave this episode without asking you, when will you start? When is the best time to start? Yeah? You already know the answer. And you know what I'm going to say. The best time to start is now. Right now. You don't need to organize yourself so much. Just look around and find that one idea. Why I want to stay here on this point of when to start is because we talk a lot, we listen to a lot, we read too many books, we attend so many conferences, and I have been that person. You go from one breakfast to another, one conference to another, one class to another. You're just all over trying to, get information. You have enough information, yeah? If you hear me when I say you already are enough and you have that information that is required, you just need to have step 1, step 2, step 3. This is what I'm going to do. Some of the ideas I've talked about, like joining a circle, you just need to fill a form and start. Opening a mutual fund, you just need to fill a form and begin. Using the space that the extra space that you have, you just need to organize it and start. They don't need a lot of thinking. So the best time to start is right now. And how do you do that? By just cutting back on what you're using, cutting back on your expenses, cutting back on your time spent on other things, and create time for this venture. All right? I hope you have enjoyed the episode. I will leave you with this one remark that I love very much. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So get on out there and do what you're supposed to do today. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. I also have a partnership program. I would like you to look at it and see where you can fit in. Definitely the people who are joining the partnership will get more treatment, more better things, and I will be giving a lot of information on this in the coming episodes. But right now, look out for that button, subscribe, put the bell so that you can be reminded, and also join the partnership, because when you're a partner, you have an advantage of getting access to things everybody else is not getting. So God bless you. See you on the next episode. Bye.